So, Annie, I do have one thing I was thinking about. I wonder, have you ever explained during all of our filming, like where you were living at and where your kids were during all this? Because they never really got to see your kids as much as they got to see everybody else's.
Well, as when filming was going on, the kids were with me at first, but my kids always like they didn't want to be in the spotlight. They were on a couple episodes here and there. Very rare did you see them. But then their dad decided to take me to court, take emergency custody, saying I abandoned my kids when I didn't. So when I went to court, I offered to quit the show, and the judge told me no because they looked at it as a source of income when I really didn't have to do the show, but that's how they looked at it. They didn't give me that option, and it took me years and years and years, but I finally got him back, of course. Well, he actually willingly give them back, but during the show, they were with me behind the scenes, or they were with their dad during school days.
Yeah. So when you had them behind the scenes, it was because they couldn't even be shown. Like,
Well, they could be shown, they just didn't wanna be. They they were in a very few episodes, but some of them didn't wanna be filmed.
well, I just thought it was good to let the outside viewer looking in that does not know that, at least you get to explain to everybody where your kids were. But that's all. Now
I
we're ready for the
never
fun.
I'd done the court stuff, didn't stop fighting with him even after the show ended. I took him to court so many times after, and he finally willingly give them back.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Gossiping Gypsy Sisters. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Annie. You may know us from TLC show Gypsy Sisters. We're here with our very own brand new podcast, The Gossiping Gypsy Sisters, where we talk about a little bit of everything.
From the culture to the fashion to our everyday lives. Each week we will be updating you guys on what's been going on back here with us.
So if this is your first time watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, send in your questions, and ring the bell.
So before we get into today's show, I want to talk about this massive family reunion, aka gathering that we all just had together in Pigeon Forge at the KOA.
Man, we ain't had nothing like that in a long time, and I really miss everybody. I hate when everybody comes and then they all gotta leave. Gus, Laura, their kids, Savannah, we got to meet the new baby, uh, Bella, George, Mom, Brian, Anthony, sure. I feel like the whole flock was there, including Nettie's boyfriend. Joseph was there with Haley. He came, I don't know, everybody was here.
Everybody was there, except how did it work out that I have 5 kids and you have 5? 4 of yours showed 4 of mine. How odd was that? The only one that wasn't there on my side of the family was Richie. And that's because he is moving to Tennessee. And on this holiday, he had to stay home to finish packing up because he's moving down here. And I can't believe he's making that jump. But we'll get that later. What did you think
Mommy's
about?
boys.
Definitely mommy's voice. What did you think about the duck race, Annie? Let's get real. The 4th year in a row our family takes all in the duck race.
Stop. Stop. So this is my first year being there. This is your this was like your third year being there in a row. This is my first time ever going to the duck race, so I was excited going in. I thought me and Bruce was doing good. We went up there and spent a couple $100. Thought we was gonna do good. Bruce got his ducks. I put my name on my ducks. The people like were staking us saying, "Oh, y'all's family bought the most ducks, whatever." Not only did we buy the most ducks, here comes Gus. Then the kids started wanting there buying the ducks. Our family, I don't even think our family gave anybody else chances to buy any ducks because uh it was a big deal on who
Yeah,
was gonna win.
yeah, and they only do it once a year, and that's the whole reason that we had these gatherings there. And hey, going back 4 years ago where it all started, the crowd was much smaller. That was the year I won. then we started hyping up these ducks with Anthony, our Uncle Frank, and everybody. And Benny, this year on year 4 was the most hyped up duck race that Pigeon Forge has ever seen at $5 a duck. Okay, I mean we put $200 in at
Kayla.
$5 a duck. That's how many? I think it was like 20,
No,
40
they
ducks.
said there was 250 ducks altogether. So you imagine all the hundreds that we spent, we barely left any ducks for anybody to buy. That's how that's how we all was adamant on who was going to win that damn duck race.
You want to know what made me the maddest about that duck race? Because we spent our whole entire year waiting for these damn duck races. I mean, granted, it's a $5 duck. Uh, to
It's
anybody
just the
that's
fun of
never
it.
been there and got to see it, they take these big tubs and fill them up with the ducks into them, and they bring them out and they dump them over into the lazy river that's flowing out there. So there's no way you can cheat. But the campground did tell us, had our family not come in and done that this year, specifically this year, that they didn't sell many outside of our family. But I guarantee you, each year we do this damn duck race out there at that Pigeon Forge. I bet you the crowd gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Before you know it, they're going to need to open another lazy river up out there just for the duck race once a year.
Well, did you see what I put in the family group chat a few days after the duck race? I bet you didn't
Oh
see
my
it.
God. I died laughing. It was probably one of the best
Well,
pictures that we took for the year.
no, not the picture after the duck race when everybody left. So I don't know if you've been to the Allen here in Pigeon Forge and seen the new duck yell store. I went in there the other day and took a picture and put it in the group chat, and I told everybody I was picking out my duck for next year because you can bag your own duck to put it in
I
the
know, I
race.
did not know
They
that.
got ducks of any sort, size, any kind. It's in the family group chat. Go look at it, sister.
Well, that might be where I go buy my ducks and label my
Oh
ducks.
no! They got big ducks, little ducks, teeny ducks, any kind of duck you want in there. Great big huge ducks.
Wow, I didn't know that was there, but that does sound. You got me wanting to go to the store now and go buy ducks. I'll start buying
Yeah.
my ducks and
Hey,
collecting.
I'm that serious because I'm winning next year.
What are you gonna do? How do you think? So if you figure if you walk in this duck store and buy you looking for a heavy duck or a light duck? The
You
lightest is gonna win, of
you said
course.
the lightest, but it's got to have something on the side to keep it going.
Some type of a sword getting it through down the lazy river.
I'm getting one with a Gucci purse or some kind of little fancy purse on the side. Blinged out, baby. I'm getting me a blinged
Oh
out
my
duck with
God.
the glitter all over it.
The campground doesn't understand their duck race just went to a whole nother level. We're bringing
Well,
out the fashionista ducks next year.
so when they called Anthony out to be the winner, did you not hear him? Did you hear the people say, Carl Johnston, you've got the biggest family here. Y'all bought most all these ducks.
Yeah, and did you hear in the very beginning? You didn't have to hear it because you've seen it. I picked all the sevens in the buckets because 3 sevens is my
I
lucky
had
numbers.
one.
I had my number 7 led the way until Anthony's duck come and got in front of it and knocked
How do
mine
you
out.
know it wasn't my number 7? Because I had one number
Nah, baby,
7.
that was mine. I bought all them sevens. You
No,
ain't get my 7.
I bought one before you even bought your ducks. But
Well,
I
that
only
was
had
my little
one number
pink.
7.
That was my little pink 7
You
scoop.
know that.
I do know that. What else? How about that big old cookout though? Not just the cookout, all the cookouts that we had over a 3-4 day get together. You,
Well, see,
Danielle, and Sissy threw
we
down.
cooked we cooked our asses off. We made sure everybody's bellies was well taken care of.
Oh, everybody's bellies was taken care of, all right. I don't between the duck race, all the food, but getting to have all the grandkids there together along with the kids, it made it a gathering and a family reunion that I will never forget ever. And like I said, each year our family is getting bigger and more is coming in on that duck race.
I've never
So,
been. This was my first time there.
well, honey,
I
for the
had
last
fun.
years, I've already been telling you that you've been missing out, but now you see what you're missing out on. I bet you
Yeah, it
don't
was
miss
fun.
another one. Mark
It was
that.
fun.
Mark them dates on your calendar. Make sure you're there.
I've already been looking for my next duck. What are you talking about?
Okay, so the second night when after everybody had been there and all the duck racing went on and everybody was celebrating, Sissy and Bruce ended up going in and going to bed early that night. We all went down to the pavilion. When you come down there, how would you explain we done took a party to the party and shut the KOA down that night with
Oh yeah, and
everybody.
they told y'all to keep partying. They told us all to keep going, keep partying.
They
I
said
think
till 11 o'clock,
everybody was,
don't
yeah,
stop.
it
11
was fun.
o'clock, don't stop.
Right down to the
And
kids was out there
they were
dancing.
down there breakdancing. I seen George, let's see, between George and Brady, I don't know which one
Oh, Joseph got in
it.
on it too.
Yeah, he come up, they come up like on the backside of it. But he jumped out breaking it down. All of them did. And honestly, I've never seen like our group get pulled together like that and just take it to the limits, buddy. I mean, we took it to 11 o'clock.
Yeah, come on, y'all. To the place. West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Yeah. One more time.
They took it to 11. The kids was not giving it up. Didn't want to stop at 11.
I had fun.
Rolling on to the next morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's showing back up over there for the big breakfast that you and Sissy made. And Anthony on the grill.
It was good.
I wonder if anybody's ever had Anthony, their little skillet that they put on the grill out there. The
I've had
potatoes
it several
with the sausage
times.
scrambled with the egg scrambled in. That's an amazing campfire breakfast in the morning time. Yeah, that was good. I love that.
No fighting going on, no crazy drama.
That's what happens when a bunch of sensible people come together and truly enjoy themselves instead of worrying about drama. Who's got time for drama? Ain't nobody got time for that mess. I don't. I don't even want it. Don't want a part of drama.
No, it's family being family, having fun, enjoying each other.
But overall, I rate our family reunion a 10. I don't think they get no better than that.
10 plus.
Especially since there was no fighting, no arguing, no complaining. It was a complete success, and I cannot wait until the next year to do it all over again with everybody.
Well, we got a beach trip coming up soon, sister, with some of them.
I know. We're going to be going to the beach, in the next 4 or 5 weeks. This should be a fun one, too. Same group.
Woo! Not everybody, but a lot of them will be there.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a blast. We're definitely looking forward to it. Benny swears that Ocean City's got like the best
I'm
crabs ever.
I'm going to go get my highlights touched up for my beach blonde hair, baby.
I think I need to go get mine touched up for this beach trip. I've been letting mine grow out, but it's time to get these babies fixed. I agree. Be a blonde bombshell. Sun's out, blonde's out.
So what's going on with Georgia Bella, Kayla?
It looked like they seemed to be having a pretty good time at the family reunion, and then they got into a whole disagreement, and they've broke up. Who's to say if they'll come back together or they won't? I don't know. But right now they're on the outs as we speak.
Well, he's still beside me. Hope he don't go nowhere.
He's not going to fall out of here. I mean, everybody goes through problems, but you can't just up and rid your home and your life because things are going wrong. You still have to remain positive and move forward, no matter what.
True.
Move forward in the best way possible.
Well, Chrislyn just left. She was with me for 2 weeks. She stayed. We went to the water park. I had fun with my grandbaby there. We had a lot of fun while she was here. I hate to see her leave. I just wish I could have them all home.
Hard. Having them all live close by would be the best thing in the world. But maybe one day, hey, did you ever think that all my kids will be moving to me one by one? I can't believe it.
No.
I've got
So your
George
boys are here. Now it's time for the girls.
Now I've got Richie. Well, you ready for this? I was on the phone to Sissy this morning. We talked every morning, all of us. But I was on the phone to her and she said, Mom, how's Richie liking it down there? And he's only been down here a couple of days, but he likes it so much. I don't see him ever looking.
Oh no, I went and visited him yesterday and helped him with his camper and stuff that they hadn't done yet, and they freaking love it. They love being in their camper.
They sure do. They said that they wish they would have done it sooner. And I'm happy to know that they're happy. As long as they're happy, I'm good. George got in his camper, loves it to death. Relationship or not, he loves his home and he likes the independent life that he chose. Sissy told me this morning, she said, Mom, I see Richie and George down there, and she was asking me how Richie liked it, and I told her how much he loved it. She said, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think I'm wanting to move down there. Now, I don't know if she will or not. They've never been out of Martinsburg, which George or Richie hasn't either, really. But she did tell me this morning she's really heavy on wanting to move here.
Maybe
Only
she should
one I-
just get a camper, a fifth wheel, and come down here and see how she would like it and stuff.
Exactly what you just said is exactly what I told her on the phone. I said, instead of moving here, why don't you have you a fifth wheel pulled out and parked? Come stay for the summer. And if you like it, sell out,
They,
move here. I said, if not, let it be a vacation spot. Come down here for the summer and go home in the wintertime when the kids have to be, has to be
she
in school.
she definitely needs to get her fifth wheel and just leave it down here. That way she'll have
Well,
somewhere to stay
that's
time
what
she
I'm trying
comes.
to talk her ass out. I'm trying to not necessarily talk her into it because one by one, they're all coming. I think before it's all said and done, they'll all be here. Well, Annie, should we just go ahead and dive into today's show? Making up is hard to do because it really is.
Very true. True word, sister.
What kind of family does that to you? Really, I can't get over that. Maybe you and Mellie do need to meet. Sooner the better.
I just want to tell you, I'm sorry the way everything went down.
I just think that it's going to take a long time to get back right again.
Got a surprise for you.
Oh my God, give me a
You're
hug.
not supposed to be here.
I'm trying to fix myself. I really am. There he goes again, then he out of my ass.
She's at hardcore labor.
Oh my God. Oh God, Nenny, help me.
So, guys, today we are discussing season 2, episode 4 of TLC's Gypsy Sisters. Making up is hard to do.
And in this episode, after receiving a phone call from Mellie to Kayla saying how sorry she was and all, Kayla agrees to meet with Mellie. Nettie meets with Sheena, and it goes on from there.
And then also at the backside of that, Mellie gets rushed into the hospital for another false pregnancy alarm. But yes, Mellie did call to make up with me. And to be honest with you, I think you know me, everybody knows me. It takes a whole lot for me not to, who am I to not accept an apology to Mellie? I mean, I'm not trying to put religion out there, but if God can forgive me for the things that I do, I have to be forgiven to others as well. That doesn't mean that I have to be so all back in like we were. No, if you betray me or you hurt my feelings, I'm never going to hold hate. I'm always going to let that go, but it does take a bigger person to say they're sorry. I mean, I've apologized for many things in my life. I accepted her apology, but to be honest with you, ever looking back over all those years from then to now and where we are, we never ever fully came back. Like we never come back like we once was. That really put a wedge
That's what I
between
was
us.
going to say. You and Mellie used to be so close. And if she really sincerely wanted to apologize, she's still acting like that same person today. When you've been there and done so much for Mellie to stab you in the back and do what she done is just wrong. Now, I have seen a good side of Mellie. Mellie can be really good, but Mellie chooses to show her bad side more than she does her good side because deep down, I think Mellie truly needs somebody that loves her and gives and she wants the attention from somebody, but instead she chooses to pick that bad side because she thinks that's what she has to do, and really she don't.
And instead of choosing a bad side, I think it's safe to say that as an adult and a mother, instead of worrying about picking a side, learning how to be more compromisable with one another is honestly what she should learn more than anything. You don't compromise with wrong. You got to overall compromise with what's right, not what's wrong, because wrong will never make wrong right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So I do feel like she learned a little bit how to be a little more compromisable, I'll say. Because back in the day, who was Mellie to call up and give an apology to nobody, to anybody? Because I don't know anybody that she's ever apologized to. I can't even believe she apologized to me. So with that being said, I respect her more to see her growth in that area as far as being able to call and say she was sorry. We came back together and everything was fine, but I don't think that that little wedge that was put there will ever like fully come back to what once was, because I took Mellie in. I'm just her cousin. I took her in, tried to teach her the right way in life. I told her how to not entertain drama, everything she needed to know to make better steps in her life. And for that year that she lived with me and done all that, that was the best out of Mellie I've ever seen in my life to today. And then she up and left a year after living with me and went right back to her same old ways. I guess that you are who you're around, I guess. I mean, because that's what it looks like from outside looking in, taking her in, seeing her with Nettie, and then being with me and leaving for me. I see. It's kind of like, have you ever heard the saying, you get in where you fit in? But wherever you're going to fit in, either you're going to be able to pull it off and act like you got some sense, or you're going to have to go to the next spot and do whatever you want to do, but find somebody that's more like you, because I just don't like the drama. Mellie was packed with drama back in those days. And it seems now, moving forward, after all these years, she's gotten even worse. Because today we are the topic of all of her social media. It's all to do about me and you. All
TikTok
because
lives.
we're doing these podcasts. Well, Mellie, if you're mad that we're doing a podcast, instead of getting mad, get up and do something about it. Don't talk about it. Go make yourself a podcast if that's what you want to do. Go make one. I wish you just as much success as us.
Because we're not sitting here talking about like shit now. We're just redoing the show. Like it's stuff that's already been talked about before. We're just doing a podcast about it. So I don't understand why she's all. Every time I get people telling me every day, Mellie's on live talking shit about you. Mellie's on live talking shit. I don't even entertain it no more. I grew up from that. That's her daily life. She
Hey,
does it from
Annie.
her job now. Somebody's
Hey.
gonna get her. That man that she works for at that chiropractor office, he needs a phone call.
Listen, Annie, she is our walking billboard. She is our free advertisement right now. Why would I be mad? That's amazing.
I don't got
advertising.
nothing to say to her, so I just don't give a shit. The whole main thing about this episode is making amends and forgiving.
I can tell you this. I've never had a situation with anybody where I've not been able to forgive them. I don't know if a situation will ever come in my life where if somebody comes to me and tells me they're sorry about something, I'm going to accept the apology point blank. That's just
Well,
me. Okay, so let's start talking about Annie and Sheena doing arts and crafts with Danielle and Sissy. Annie, spell birthday.
ooh, let's not talk about me spelling birthday wrong. BIRTHDAY.
Let's just spell crafts. I mean, you turned this little craft session into I'm putting you back through school. I'm putting you in.
I
Well,
had
how
the
did
A
you
in
do
my
in
hand.
spelling? And
I done good. I done great. So if you go back and look at that episode, you'll see me hold my A in my hand. I just didn't put it on the paper. So I knew I was spelling it right. I just didn't put that A on the paper.
I done good. Oh, God.
Where's Day?
You spelled that all wrong.
Oh my God. I forgot the A on my birthday card.
You. Oh, damn.
but hey, still looks like
While we were doing crafts, you came in and started crying. I really felt bad for you.
When I heard Mellie's voice, the only thing that went through my mind was that fight. And Mellie helping set that up. What kind of family does that to you? Really, I can't get over that.
Well, you know, it was hard for me not to break down about Mellie calling and apologizing. The reason I broke down is because me and Mellie, we used to be so close. And when you're that close to someone and you feel very betrayed, that was something that struck my heart. I felt very betrayed. And although she called me and wanted to make up, I think a part of me didn't want to make up. And that was why I was crying, because she hurt me in a way that she couldn't make it right. Yes, she apologized. Yes, I accepted it. Yes, I love her. She hurt a spot in my heart that was literally jerked at my heart. That's why I started crying. And granted, anytime Sissy sees me crying, she's going down to the ground. Anytime
she
I'm
started
down, she's going down with me. It
she
doesn't
started crying
matter
too.
what it is. She's gonna cry. And that's how hard it was for me to hold my emotions back. One thing I'd never have done, I have it so minimal, I can count how many times I broke down in front of my kids. As a parent, you want to be strong. You got to be strong for your kids. But it's also okay to show your emotions. I want my kids to know it's okay to show their emotions. I couldn't have controlled that. That was uncontrollable. That's just how it went. And yes, Sissy was very, very upset that I was crying. But we all made up and we all got past that part, because that was a bad spot to be in at that point in life.
At the time, did you ever think you could repair your relationship with Nettie and Mellie?
At that time, at that very moment in time back then, no, I already laid on it, slept on it, thought about it. I already told myself, I forgive them without them even knowing it. My heart forgive them, but I didn't want to be around them anymore after that, because to get that close and see how quick you can be betrayed by someone that you're literally giving your whole heart to, that's scary. So I never ever fully went back to the way I was. I had to protect my heart in this, because I do break down. I'm a very, very sensitive person when it comes to stuff like that. And although I didn't think I would ever even want to be around him again, once she womaned up and apologized, I just let it go.
I
And
noticed too in the episode, Nenny was wanting Mellie to actually make up with you.
yeah, um, I may she knows what happened. She must have felt some type of way and knew Mellie was in the wrong to want Mellie to call and apologize to me. And I would expect her to be that person, because if this was the shoe was on the other foot and this was me and you and it was you with Mellie, I would say the same. Annie, you were wrong. Call her and tell her you're sorry and make that right. If you can make your rights wrong, you're going to be a pretty successful person in anything you do in life. I meant if you can make your wrongs right. I just called that backwards.
Well, I know in this episode, Sheena was the voice of reasoning, and I feel like Sheena don't like drama in family, like fighting like that, and being in the house and having to be torn between both cousins like that.
She's gonna try to, yep, yep. She jumped right in and done what I've known her to be. That is Sheena. If something's wrong, and it's family, she'll be the first to jump in there and say, "Hey, now, we got to make this right, and how we're going to make it right." She's all for the peace, minus the drama. However, you got to do that. And she is definitely known for her voice of reasoning, because she is that person.
This really shows me that at least Mellie reaches out to you than she does her own sisters. I believe that you are that person for Mellie. Nettie can't get along with her. And being the big-hearted person that you are, that's why she comes to you.
Let's talk about Nettie selling blinged out flip-flops at the flea market.
That sounds like a typical Nettie. I cannot take credit when credit is due from anyone. She definitely knew and knows how to bling out whatever she wants. If it's a shirt, uh, pants, shorts, whatever type of clothing. The flip flops though, I was a little surprised that she done that only because I've never seen her do that before. Clearly, she didn't have to do that. That's just something
Kayla,
she wanted to do for fun.
Heather talked her into doing that. Told her to sell them for $25 a piece. There was people walking up to the table telling her they was priced too high. She was getting all aggravated. It was funny, really.
Yes, and that's where I was going, and you jumped in and took it and done it for me. That's what I was going to tell you. You know, not only have I never seen Nettie in a flea market, yes, you can bling things, but isn't a flea market a place where you go and like you get the best bang for your buck?
Well,
In this case, she was getting her bang for her buck right at the flea market
well,
where shit like that don't count.
she called Mellie in to help her, and Mellie ended up being a little rude to people there.
When is Mellie not rude to anybody? It's a wonder
That,
that they didn't get put off the premises before the end of the
but
day
Nettie really did try to sell her a little bit of flip flops she made. They were actually cute.
for $25. They were cute,
Blinged
but would you
out.
pay $25 for them at the flea market?
I'm gonna be honest with you. They put them on the Facebook Marketplace for more.
She took it to the bling mart instead of the flea market.
I can't.
How much are they?
These are 20 and them is 25.
25 for that?
Oh yeah, they are too much.
I had to get up and knock her the out. She's gonna say, oh yeah, they're too much, where she can take a big on my.
Oh my God.
Wow. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Nenny tells Mellie at that table while she's selling the flip flops, she called her in because she used to hustle because she was a stripper.
She
So
knows about
she
hustling.
called her on in, baby, to get rid of them babies.
Hey, wonder why Nenny was saying at that table that she was not going to be the bigger person, because she would feel like a dumbass as far as for what all happened. Now, she tells Mellie that she wants Mellie to apologize. She encourages Mellie to apologize. But when it comes to her needing to apologize, she's not going to be a dumbass because that being a dumbass would be being the bigger person. You want to know my thoughts on that is? I wonder if she's the bigger person today or is she still a dumbass and what she just owns the world, people and everything. And yeah, she's Bill Gates. She doesn't have to apologize to anyone. You know what? I think that's very, very ignorant of her to say to be the bigger person means you're a dumbass. No, I don't agree with that. I guess if being the bigger person makes me a dumbass, well then I'm a real dumbass because the apologies I've given in my life were by far they were needed and well handled.
So, Kayla, Daddy wanted you to take responsibility for your fight, your actions in that fight. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that, number one, that wasn't my fight. It turned into a meat issue. Why would I apologize for something that I didn't even contribute to? I didn't start that. So did I feel like I needed to apologize? No, I didn't start any of that. Period.
I feel you on that one. True, we didn't.
But if it makes you feel better, did I apologize? Sure. I'm not too good to apologize to anyone. So
Go.
Annie, enough on that. Enough. Let's talk about me and Mellie meeting at the coffee shop the next morning.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to say.
Me neither. It was very awkward meeting Kayla after everything that she said on the phone, but I knew it was something that I had to do. Well, I just want to tell you, I'm sorry the way everything went down. And Nenny said to tell you that she's taking the blame for the fight.
Yeah, how are you feeling sitting in there having to do all that?
To tell you the truth, I didn't know if it was just going to be a whole nother setup because when you're dealing with Mellie, you really don't know what you're dealing with. So me knowing I had to go there, I had no idea what I was about to walk into, but mentally, physically, and emotionally, I was prepared whichever way it went. and it went a little bit better than I anticipated.
If you say so. So what do you want your kids, grandkids, everybody to learn from having to watch this show?
Well, from an outsider looking in, what I want my grandkids to learn, they're going to grow up and they're definitely going to see me on the screen. And what I would want to say to them is, at a very young age, never get yourself associated or wrapped up in any type of drama. Always be the bigger person.
Amen.
Leave yourself out. If people include you, it doesn't matter. If you're being included in rooms that you're not even in, that's just making a statement that you are doing a fine job. So I want my grandkids to grow up and realize that to live in the gypsy community, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I feel like it's lots of drama when you get more than 2 or 3 people in one room together. It's nothing but gossip. It's nothing but drama. Ever since I moved away from there, no matter who's in my room, if drama comes up, either I will quietly walk out and let whoever's in there have it, or I will simply say, I ain't even worried about that. Let's just talk about something else. And I mean that right to this day. You know that yourself. I tell you that all the time. But which you have outgrown Mellie in that way younger and way smarter. And you can see for your own self what backing out of drama and keeping yourself out of drama looks like.
Yeah,
It's the best
I
life.
don't care about drama no more. To this day, Mellie gets up there and trash talks me every day on TikTok, and I don't care to entertain it.
Well, let's talk about pool today.
Hey, Bookworm, what's you reading?
I'm reading a newspaper right here trying to find something to do for the 4th of July.
In
Girls.
Martinsburg, I don't think there's anything to do for the 4th of July.
So let's talk about pool day, Annie. What was all up in that newspaper that you was reading, Annie?
Well, do you ever read a newspaper, sister?
I mean, the newspaper to me today is social media, but I want to know what intrigued you to pick up that newspaper and
Well,
think that you was going to find something to throw
just
me
let
all up
me
in.
go on it. Let me go on this. Let me go on to tell you what I found in that. Are you forgetting? That's where I entered you in the chili cook-off.
cook-off.
That's where I found it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And you know
Eh.
what? Wasn't a bad idea because you might have found it and thought you was being real
And
cute.
your kids was telling me my mom ain't gonna do it. No, you're entering my mom in a chili cook-off. And then we tell you about it, and you're like, "Oh, you got to cook for a whole damn fair or whatever the thing was, the whole crew of people
Carnival.
that was there." Yes,
Well, that's all I was worried about. I was worried that I wasn't
having
going
to
to have
cook that
enough
much.
chili. Yeah, because I mean, I can cook in bulk, but who can cook to feed a fair out of a crock pot? But
Well,
which, by the way, that chili cook-off landed me that brand spanking new cast iron amazing pot that I did get to take home with me after winning my chili cook-off.
well, I feel like between me and you, I'm the better cook.
Annie, I think I'm the best cook. When I found out there was a chili
Yeah.
cook-off, the only reason I entered that chili cook-off is because it was giving me a reason to go shop for the best pot there was because,
Don't make me have a cook-off with you, because I'll do it.
well, I'm going to tell you right, don't challenge me to that because you
I
will.
will challenge you.
Yeah, we'll have a chili cook-off and stand out here at our park and
The campground?
enter a time and have some cups and don't put the name on the chilies. We'll just know. Whatever pot they bought it out of, they ain't gonna know who's they're picking. They're gonna pick a white one.
Well, you don't need to do it while it's summertime. You got to do it when it gets cold.
Well, in this
So-
winter, this winter we might. I mean, don't count on it, but there could be a chili cook-off again this winter. And no, I'm not telling my chili recipe.
This time I know what the hell I'm doing. I've always been a better cook than you. No, Kayla, I'm a better cooker than you. That's just simple as that. Let's call your kids and ask them.
You don't want to
Hey,
come up against me.
who done all the cooking at the campground this weekend? It wasn't you. Your kids love their
We're not going to
ass
argue
food.
about this. I will challenge your ass to a motherfucking
Whatever.
pot.
Whatever.
This winter, I'm going to challenge you. I
Challenge you
will
to
not forget about this.
anything you want to cook because I'm going to beat you.
This is why you're asking me what was my recipe, so you know what to put in your pot. Well,
I don't
you're going to
want
have
your
to.
recipe. I got my own little twist, sister.
But you wanted my recipe, though.
Bye.
But what about Nettie putting a damn egg on her face? What you think about that? Talking about food.
Oh,
You wouldn't believe the things that I could show you for beauty.
You're nasty. I'm not putting eggs on my face.
Oh, watch you.
I
Watch.
can't stand the smell
I'm
of
not
eggs.
putting the yellow part. That's what part is awful.
And it's time for you to learn.
yeah. Egg white. She took the yellow out. She just put the egg whites on the stuff on her face. Why?
I don't know when that become a
Joanne-
gypsy tradition.
Joanne called her because she wanted to leave Teddy and she was coming home. And when she come through the door, wasn't it Joanne that asked her what was on her face? I want to
Yeah.
say it was Joanne.
I'm pretty sure it was Joanne, too.
What was all
Um,
over her face?
Yeah. She put egg all over it because it's supposed to make it glow and make you look more youthful. And I'm assuming this is a Nettie tradition. I've
Well,
never heard of anybody
I've-
putting egg on their face. But
I've
hey,
never
if it's
done it
going to make
either.
you young, youthful, and bright like she said, have at it.
True, I ain't gonna kick it because it ain't nothing I've done. It's never nothing I've ever heard of. But if it's something she thought was gonna help her out, then you
Well,
can't
I
kick
can
it till
tell
you
you
try
what.
it.
Her makeup routine and mine's a little bit different. I don't put egg yolks on my face. I'll say as of yet at 43, I've never done an egg yolk mask. I'm more Pond's moisturizing cream, and every now and then again I might do a little bit of bronzer, but overall I don't really do anything. I just like
Well,
a
let me
little
tell you
lotion,
about my routine.
eye
It's
makeup.
called
That's it.
it's called My Daughter Nettie. That's my routine. My daughter Nettie.
When your daughter Nettie is married, I don't know what in the world you're going to do with yourself.
I'm
life,
going
or
behind her.
anything.
I'm gonna go behind her. And I won't lie, when Michaela's here, she helps with my hair and stuff. Actually, all my kids help me with something different.
Okay, Annie. Enough on the beauty regimen. Okay, can we now move along to me in the kitchen? I got a pot of goulash on the stove, which is a very traditional gypsy goulash.
You know why they call this a gypsy meal?
Yeah.
Because it's been in the gypsy family forever and a day. I was raised eating goulash from my mom's mom. I mean, it just goes way back.
Tell people what it is, because I just threw some away yesterday. I made some 2 nights ago myself, my own recipes, my own stuff in it. And I heated some up yesterday. I had it in here for 2 days, and then I finally threw it away this morning.
So basically, it's a box of elbow noodles, 1 can whole of whole tomatoes, because they're going to boil down, green pepper and onion, a little bit of
Use
paste.
diced.
It is the bomb, and you get the $1 can of biscuits from the grocery store, and while you're eating it, you're dipping that too. That's good. I mean, you can have that as a snack.
Or
A
some
meal.
fluffies. How about let's talk about some fluffies with it? I use diced tomatoes in mine, but I guess I won't go there with what I use in mine because yours is always better, right? As you say.
I mean, you can cook good too, Annie. Sometimes you
I
make
mean,
good goulash.
I was living at your house at the time, and so was Sheena and my kids. So you had a lot to feed.
That's correct. And living at my house and a lot to feed taught you how to make goulash in your house.
No, baby,
Although you-
I know how to make shit on my own. Okay. I'll give it to you. You did teach me how to cook a lot when I was young. But there's a lot of things I learned to make on my own now that I'm 40 years old.
I
But
would
I've always cooked good food though. Like I said, ask your children. Your children love my food.
Let's talk about Nettie and Sheena meeting up.
I'm meeting up with Sheena. She's very close with Kayla. And if I ever want to repair my relationship with Kayla, I have to start with Sheena.
Nettie brought Joanne, I'm thinking, to be her voice of reasoning. You know how Sheena was like
Yeah,
our
because
voice of
Joanne's
reasoning?
she can
She
do
brought
that.
Joanne.
She's a
I
peacemaker.
mean, I'm assuming that's why she brought Joanne. She knows if she brought Joanne to meet up and talk with Sheena, it
Well,
was going to go but a certain way.
she brought Joanne too because Joanne's the one that was putting it all together, and then Joanne ran off with Teddy. So that now that Joanne had come back, being she's the one that wanted them to talk and do all the talking, she wanted Joanne to be there because Joanne's the one that was setting it up.
Well, and Nettie says, another thing about her is I'm always thinking somebody's out to fuck me over because that is the life I've lived. No, I can't agree on that. Nettie, your life is what you make it. So if your life was always so screwed over, start making better choices and the screwing over shit stops. So, I mean, that's just that simple. Your life is what you make it. I don't feel like Nettie's life was always screwed over. Yes, we have all been through a lot of things in life. She's definitely been through a little bit more because she has buried a child. With that being said, that's like a different type of trauma,
Yeah.
on a person. But to say that fucked over, like that doesn't align with what she's saying
Her
and then the
actions.
things you see. Yeah, it just doesn't go together.
Well, I love my cousins. I'd be lying to say I don't. I love all my family, but some you have to love from a distance and just keep your distance. Well, Kayla, let's talk about Mellie having contractions and going back to the hospital yet another time.
Finally gonna have a baby.
So funny, ain't it?
Oh, God. I am so sick of Mellie whining about pain, labor, contractions, her hurting. She feels like she's got a knife in her. She feels like there's a foot coming out of her. I'm more done with it than she is, and she's the one carrying the baby.
Yes. And Robbie wasn't around. She flew back in. But mind you, she went in preterm labor from 3 months in that pregnancy all the way to the end. And this episode, that rush into the hospital was another false alarm. I can't remember
Damn, and
where
she was crying in pain, telling Nettie to help
throwing
her.
up everywhere. She vomited all over the hospital. I don't know. Normally, that is the signs of labor when you're contracting and throwing up. That's a real sign of early like labor. But she was like that her whole pregnancy. So honestly, no one ever knew when to take her serious or not because she never knew. She in her mind she was in labor, but in her mind she was in labor probably 50 times before the baby actually came.
I remember going in and like with my pregnancies, I went into false labor a few times, but I was never nothing like that. I did have a lot of throwing up with Michaela, but I still never went to the hospital like a million different times thinking I'm in labor. Now, during my actual labor and delivery, I did throw up with her. My other kids, I didn't, but with my first one, I did.
With every one of mine, minutes before they were born, and I mean all 5 of them, I experienced throwing up. Literally minutes before they were born. But I had false labor signs, I guess. Maybe 3 times during each and every pregnancy, and some not as much. I went in false labor, it wasn't much. Uh, but no, nothing like Mellie's. Now, when I say 50 times, I'm putting that light. She was in that hospital. She was in the hospital more with every pregnancy than she was ever home. Ever. So, Annie, what did you think about this episode all in all? And going back and looking at the name of it, making up is hard to do. Making up is hard to do, but overall, it's light. Things happen. It's how you handle it and move on from there as to what makes you a better person down the road.
So
To try to prevent such things from happening.
the drama
Uh,
was dying down on this episode, so it was a lot better.
This was more of an emotional episode. It takes me back. It puts me in that emotional state more, the scene more so than any when Mellie called, and it just brought the tears just running down my face. And then when I see Sissy crying, of course, it made me a little bit more sad because now I'm like, look, Mellie's done tugged at my heart. Now I got my kids crying because I'm crying. I'm gonna say this. It was an emotional episode. That's how I feel about this one. And we all
I agree.
did break up and move past it.
Yeah, but look where we are today because of the show,
Well,
really.
you're exactly right. Look where we are. States and states away. Now all the attacking that they've done over the years is not so much Nettie anymore. I will say that Nettie has not bothered me at all. It's Mellie, and every now and then she invites other family members to get on live to think that it's okay to talk about us. But seeing how we have never went back into it and fed into any of that drama, again, it's free advertisement for me. Why would I get mad? Baby, talk about me all you want. I haven't talked to Mellie in years. So if this podcast has really worked her up to that point, can you imagine what another show would be with her? I mean, we're not even on a show, we're on a podcast. Imagine going back and filming with her again.
Yeah, and it's not even like
She's-
we've even, all we're doing is watching the episodes and doing the same thing we did when we were on the show. So I don't even know why it's even making her mad or getting her worked up because I definitely wouldn't let, if she was on the other foot, I wouldn't let her know that she was making me mad because she's just putting us out there even more and bringing us more followers and more traffic to our pages.
Yep. So with all that being said, Mellie, have at it, baby. We're not mad. We appreciate the advertisement that you get to give us. We appreciate every new follow you have sent, and sincerely, we appreciate you for promoting the Gossiping
she
Gypsy
gets on
Sisters.
TikTok and says she's going to give all the free whatever out. She'll just go and do it all out right there on the TikTok thing. Like, who cares? Do and say what you got to do. Well, anyways, I guess all in all, I rate the episode. It was an emotional one. It was sad, and that's just all I can say about it.
Well, guys, everyone, be sure to come back next time when we sit down to discuss Season 2, Episode 5, A Newborn King is born when Mellie has her boy, and, well, goes into labor to have her boy, and Nettie sends a DVD to me pleading for forgiveness, something I never thought I would ever see. She actually done it, and no, I don't consider her a dumbass. But until next time, thank you guys so very much for watching the Gossiping Gypsy Sisters here with me and Annie, where we will be reaching back out to you guys next week. Love you guys.
And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, and send in all your burning questions. Bye, y'all.